news was shocking. Matthew Perry found dead at the age of 54. And now the world is mourning the loss of this incredible talent. Let's dive into how the cast and fans are reacting to this tragic event.
I'm a drug addict. I'm a person that if I have a drink, I can't stop.
Matthew Perry's death. The news of Matthew Perry's tragic death sent shockwaves through Hollywood and beyond. The beloved actor, best known for his role as Chandler Bing on the hit TV show Friends, was found dead in a hot tub at his LA home at the age of 54. Let's take a closer look at the details surrounding this heartbreaking event. Authorities responded to his home at around 4 p.m. on October 28th after receiving a distress call, and that's when they discovered Perry unresponsive. Law enforcement sources have been cautious, speaking on condition of anonymity because the investigation is ongoing, and they did not immediately cite a cause of death. No drugs were found at the scene. However, sources revealed that prescription medications were recovered from Perry's home. As a result, toxicology tests will be part of the ongoing investigation to determine the cause of death. A representative for Perry did not immediately respond to requests for comment, leaving many questions unanswered about the circumstances of his passing. LA Police Captain Scott Williams, who leads the Robbery Homicide Division tasked with investigating Perry's death, has stated that, quote, "The cause of death may not be known for some time. At this point, foul play is not suspected, but the exact cause will ultimately be determined by the LA County Coroner's Office." The Coroner's Office officially deferred its finding pending further testing, which adds to the mystery surrounding Perry's untimely departure. The entire entertainment industry, along with millions of fans, was devastated by the loss of a true comedic genius. Warner Brothers Television Group, the production company behind Friends, released a heartfelt statement expressing their deep sorrow over the passing of their dear friend Matthew Perry. They described him as an incredibly gifted actor and an integral part of their television family. Perry's comedic genius had a profound impact on viewers worldwide, and his legacy will undoubtedly live on in the hearts of many.
Do you want to date Saturday?
Yes, please.
Okay. He is cute. He's funny.
He's a he?
NBC, the network that was the home for Friends for all 10 seasons, also paid its respects. They acknowledged the joy that Perry brought to hundreds of millions of people worldwide, with his pitch-perfect comedic timing and wry wit. His legacy, they believe, will continue to live on through countless generations. As the news of his death spread, the area around Perry's residence was filled with yellow and black LAPD crime scene tape. Blue Sail Drive, where he lived, is a prestigious street just off the Pacific Coast Highway, offering breathtaking views of the Pacific Ocean. The presence of police tape signaled the seriousness of the situation and the need for a thorough investigation. Late that evening, as multiple helicopters whirred overhead, Matthew Perry's mother Suzanne and her husband, broadcaster Keith Morrison, arrived at the scene. Morrison chose not to comment on the matter, and an LAPD officer at the scene had limited information to provide. It was a surreal and somber scene with many unanswered questions lingering in the air. Peter, one of Perry's neighbors, spoke about his brief encounter with the actor. He mentioned that he had spoken to Perry just once for about 5 minutes and described him as very pleasant and a nice guy. "He's been redoing this house forever and he seemed fine. It's very sad." Leo, another neighbor who understandably preferred not to share his full name, shared his experience on that fateful Saturday when the ambulance arrived at Perry's house. He was home at the time but could not confirm whether paramedics attempted to revive Perry or if a body was removed from the premises. The shock of the situation was palpable, leaving Leo deeply disturbed and saddened, particularly given his admiration for Perry as one of his favorite actors. In Leo's eyes, Matthew Perry was the funniest member of the Friends cast. He recalled a personal encounter with the actor, describing him as unexpectedly warm and friendly. Leo emphasized the tragedy of losing such a talented individual at such a young age. It was indeed a heartbreaking turn of events for both fans and neighbors. Matthew Perry's life had its share of complexities. He was born in 1969, the son of actor John Bennett Perry and Suzanne Marie Langford, who had once served as the press secretary for Canadian Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau. Perry's early years were marked by a childhood spent between Canada and LA after his parents' separation when he was just 1 year old. As a child actor, Perry began making a name for himself, securing guest spots on popular TV shows like Charles in Charge and Beverly Hills 90210.
My father's a Princeton man and a neurosurgeon. I'd like to follow in his footsteps.
Welcome to the family.
He also had the opportunity to act alongside the late River Phoenix in the film A Night in the Life of Jimmy Reardon. However, it was the iconic role of Chandler Bing on the hit sitcom Friends that propelled him to superstardom. The show, initially titled Friends Like Us, revolved around the lives of 6 single New Yorkers navigating the complexities of adulthood. It premiered on NBC in 1994 and became a cultural phenomenon, with Perry's portrayal of Chandler leaving an indelible mark on the world of television. Reports indicate that Perry was laid to rest at the Forest Lawn Cemetery in LA following a private funeral. What's especially touching is that all 5 of his co-stars from Friends attended the service, standing alongside Perry's family. The funeral, held near Warner Brothers Studios, lasted approximately 2 hours. As of now, the cause of Matthew Perry's death remains unconfirmed. A post-mortem examination yielded inconclusive results, and officials are currently awaiting the outcome of toxicology tests. Forest Lawn Memorial Park, where Perry was laid to rest, is the final resting place of numerous Hollywood stars, including Carrie Fisher, Paul Walker, and Stan Laurel. Various media outlets shared long-distance and aerial photos from outside the service, capturing the presence of Perry's Friends co-stars Jennifer Aniston, Courtney Cox, Lisa Kudrow, Matt LeBlanc, and David Schwimmer. Perry's mother, father, and stepfather were also in attendance, along with approximately 20 people dressed in black, according to TMZ. Perry's death came almost a year after the publication of his memoir, Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing, which chronicles his decades-long struggle with addiction to prescription painkillers and alcohol.
He says it's why he's written the harrowing details of his journey through alcohol, all those drugs, and the fight to break free.
On the same day as his funeral, a foundation was launched in his name to support individuals battling addiction. The website for the Matthew Perry Foundation features a poignant quote from the actor himself. "When I die, I don't want friends to be the first thing that's mentioned. I want helping others to be the first thing that's mentioned." Marta Kaufman, co-creator of Friends, revealed that she had spoken to Perry just 2 weeks before his passing. On an appearance on NBC's Today Show, she described him as, quote, happy and chipper, emphasizing that he seemed to be in, quote, a really good place. Cast members react. The bond between Joey Tribbiani and Chandler Bing, portrayed by Matt LeBlanc and Matthew Perry, touched the hearts of millions. Their on-screen friendship became a benchmark for how roommates should get along, leaving a lasting impact on fans worldwide, even years after the show's final episode in 2004.
Said someone left an eyelash curler in your room.
Yes, that was mine.
Following Perry's sudden and tragic death, fans have naturally been curious about how Matt LeBlanc is coping with the loss. Less than a week after Perry's passing, LeBlanc made his first public appearance in LA, as reported by TMZ. He was seen driving his SUV, but the pain of Perry's loss was clearly visible on his face as he wore dark sunglasses and a baseball cap. Earlier, LeBlanc, along with the rest of the Friends cast, shared a joint statement with ABC News, expressing their profound sadness and grief over Perry's sudden departure. The statement emphasized the deep connection they all shared. Quote, "We are all so utterly devastated by the loss of Matthew. We were more than just castmates. We are a family. There is so much to say, but right now we're going to take a moment to grieve and process this unfathomable loss. In time, we will say more, as and when we are able. For now, our thoughts and our love are with Matty's family, his friends, and everyone who loved him around the world." The impact of Perry's passing extended beyond his Friends co-stars, as some of his scene partners from the show paid tribute in their own ways. Maggie Wheeler, known for her role as Janice, Chandler's on-again, off-again girlfriend, took to Instagram to express her feelings. Quote, "What a loss. The world will miss you, Matthew Perry. The joy you brought to so many in your too short lifetime will live on. I feel so very blessed by every creative moment we shared." Paget Brewster, who played Kathy, Chandler's love interest in the show's 4th season, shared her thoughts on Twitter. Quote, "I'm so very sad to hear about Matthew Perry. He was lovely to me on Friends, and every time I saw him in the decades after. Please read his book. It was his legacy to help. He won't rest in peace, though. He's already too busy making everyone laugh up there." Perry's role as Chandler was a perfect blend of sweetness and sarcasm, making him a fan favorite and a pop culture icon. Friends itself achieved tremendous success, receiving 62 Primetime Emmy Award nominations and winning Outstanding Comedy Series in 2002. In 2021, the cast reunited for the highly anticipated Friends, the Reunion Special on HBO Max. Beyond the Friends family, Hollywood stars like Mira Sorvino, Josh Charles, and Selma Blair paid their respects to Perry, remembering him as a sweet, troubled soul and a great actor.
Was I any good?
Well, you were pretty damn any good.
Interesting, because in my dreams I'm surprisingly inadequate.
Chandler Bing of Friends. Perry, beloved for his portrayal of Chandler Bing, had a significant impact on the show's storyline during the 5th season. In the episode titled The One in Vegas, Part 1, Chandler's character was originally scripted to cheat on his girlfriend, Monica, played by Courtney Cox. However, Perry, who cherished his character's integrity, couldn't bear the thought of Chandler being unfaithful. After rehearsing the scene, Perry took it upon himself to approach the show's writers and urged them to remove the controversial plot point. Lisa Cash, a guest star who was involved in the initial storyline as a character tied to the alleged cheating scandal, revealed this to TMZ. Perry recognized that fans would never forgive Chandler for his actions, leading to the entire plotline being scrapped. This decision also resulted in Lisa Cash's role changing, as she went on to play the flight attendant in the same episode, engaging with Ross and Rachel during their scenes. While co-starring with Perry could have potentially boosted her career, Lisa Cash understood the importance of maintaining Chandler's character integrity and the show's direction, and she harbors no ill will regarding the decision. Following Perry's death, friends and acquaintances of the late actor have vehemently denied suggestions of a relapse into addiction, emphasizing the complexity of his struggle with substance abuse, which he candidly addressed in his memoir published a year before his passing. Friends director Jim Burrows shared insights into what made both the actor and his character, Chandler Bing, so endearing. In an exclusive interview with NBC, Burrows described Perry as not only funny, but also a little awkward, mirroring Chandler's awkwardness. This unique alignment between actor and character was a crucial element in creating the lovable Chandler Bing. Perry's passing has left an indelible void in the hearts of those who admired his work, and his battle with addiction was an integral part of his life story. The co-creators of Friends, Marta Kaufman and David Crane, recently spoke exclusively about their memories of Perry, shedding light on their last interactions with the beloved actor. Kaufman shared that she had spoken to Perry just 2 weeks before his passing and found him to be happy and in high spirits, which makes his untimely death feel particularly unjust. Perry's openness about his struggles with drug and alcohol addiction was a significant aspect of his public image. In his 2022 memoir, Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing, he candidly discussed the profound impact of addictions on his life.
6,000 AA meetings, therapy 30 years, 15 rehabs, maybe at least. Half of your life in treatment or in sober living houses.
Perry had faced numerous challenges, having been to rehab 15 times and having experienced a life-threatening coma resulting from a ruptured colon caused by substance use. He courageously shared his story in the hopes that it would resonate with and help others. In some ways, Perry's portrayal of Chandler Bing was a mask. In his own words, he admitted that Chandler was a facade he put on to hide his true self, fearing that if he revealed his authentic self, people might notice him and then abandon him. A prospect he believed he couldn't survive. In his memoir, Perry was quite candid about his struggles, even highlighting his vanity, self-obsession, and superficiality. He was the son of strikingly attractive parents, lived in a $20 million penthouse in New York, spent $7 million on rehab, and surpassed his father's acting career, which had led to he and his family's separation in Canada when he pursued his Hollywood dream. Perry's accomplishments and demons were on a different scale than the character he portrayed, and he recognized that success could not erase his personal battles. His poignant story revealed the complexity of addiction and the painful journey of fame and self-discovery. Prior to his audition for Friends, Perry recalled falling to his knees and praying to become famous, making a pact with God. However, he soon realized that fame came at a cost, a realization he shared with an actor friend who had regrets about declining the role of Chandler. At just 26 years old, Perry reassured his friend that fame did not deliver what they had expected. Perry's addiction was an ever-present shadow that contrasted with the success of Friends. He believed that while his castmates enjoyed their rise to stardom without such burdens, he was marked by the disease of addiction, a bitterness he openly expressed. His struggles also became evident through his changing weight. He revealed that he associated weight gain with alcohol and weight loss with pills, at times consuming up to 55 Vicodin pills a day. His battle with addiction was further exacerbated by his fluctuating weight and the destructive loop he faced.
When you talk to any doctor, is a Hail Mary, is the last thing that you do before people die.
During a period of extreme addiction, he filmed the movie Almost Heroes, recounting the harrowing experience of keeping 2 towels next to the toilet, one for wiping away vomit and the other for wiping away tears. Perry only had one major hit film, The Whole 9 Yards, released in 2000. He took pride in the fact that the film allowed him to match his childhood idol, Michael J. Fox, by simultaneously having the #1 TV show and the #1 movie. However, this success was overshadowed by his ongoing struggles with drugs and alcohol. Perry's awareness that blockbuster roles wouldn't provide a cure for his inner demons was evident. But he couldn't help but feel disappointed that he didn't have a more remarkable big-screen career. He felt that being typecast as Chandler was both a blessing and a curse in his professional life. He couldn't escape the shadow of the character, humorously noting that his car's ignition worked by saying, quote, "Because you know, I was on Friends." He was inextricably linked to Chandler, and the character became a part of his identity. Perry's relationship with drugs and alcohol followed a similar pattern. He either couldn't have what he desired, or, when he did, it led to crushing disappointment. Eventually, he learned to shift his focus from what he wanted to what he, and millions of others facing addiction, needed. Less than a year before his passing, Perry made a powerful statement about how he wanted to be remembered. He wanted people to know that if someone asked for his help to stop drinking, he would provide it, highlighting his commitment to supporting others facing similar challenges. In a poignant moment from the first season of Friends, Phoebe's psychiatrist boyfriend Roger tells Chandler, quote, "You're so funny. I wouldn't want to be there when the laughter stopped." For years, Perry dedicated himself to ensuring that the laughter never stopped, using humor to mask his deeper struggles. The flawed and vulnerable character of Chandler concealed an even more flawed and vulnerable Matthew Perry.
You? And you?
Yes, but you cannot tell anyone. No one knows.
How? When?
It happened in London.
Perry wanted to escape Chandler's shadow, but found doing so difficult, and he feared letting others see what he was hiding. Writing his memoir was a pivotal moment for Perry. Through his candid and ego-revealing storytelling, he stepped out of Chandler's shadow and brought the most unflattering parts of himself into the light. He understood that addiction thrived in secrecy, which, in turn, was built on shame. No amount of fame or wealth could match the power of addiction and the isolation that accompanied it. While being friends with Matthew Perry may have been heartbreaking at times, it's his story, not Chandler's, that will resonate and inspire for years to come. Other movies. Perry's association with Friends and his iconic role as Chandler certainly cast a long shadow over his career, making it challenging for him to break away from the character that made him a household name. However, he had the talent and range to tackle more serious and varied roles, which he occasionally had the opportunity to explore through his career. One of the more recent examples of Perry's ability to take on more dramatic material was his portrayal of Ted Kennedy in the limited series The Kennedys After Camelot in 2017. Perry admitted that this role both excited and scared him due to the dramatic challenge it presented. Shortly after Friends ended in 2004, he also earned an Emmy nomination for his role as a teacher in the inspirational TV movie The Ron Clark Story. Taking a look at Perry's extensive filmography, there are a few more standout moments that showcase his versatility and depth. Home Free. This 1993 sitcom, which ran for a single season, provided Perry with an early opportunity to display the comedic skills that would later define his career. He played a 20-something slacker living at home with his mom, whose life takes an unexpected turn when his divorced sister and her children move back in. Fools Rush In. In this 1997 romantic comedy, Perry delivered solid laughs in a reverse romantic storyline opposite Salma Hayek. The film revolves around a one-night stand that results in a pregnancy, leading to the development of their relationship. While not a blockbuster, Perry's performance was noteworthy.
And why would fate go to all that trouble?
So that I wouldn't have to wait in line.
The West Wing and The Good Wife, The Good Fight. Perry had the chance to showcase his more dramatic side and received a pair of Emmy nominations for his guest roles on the acclaimed dramas. On The West Wing, he played Joe Quincy, a Republican lawyer brought in to assist Democratic Bartlett administration. On The Good Wife and its spin-off, The Good Fight, he portrayed Mike Kristeva, a ruthless lawyer and politician. Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip. Reuniting with Aaron Sorkin, who was behind The West Wing, Perry and Bradley Whitford starred as producers tasked with running a late-night TV show akin to SNL after their former boss experiences a very public meltdown. The show had a promising pilot, but struggled to maintain its initial strength. Matthew's legacy. Matthew Perry's legacy extends beyond his acting career, particularly in his commitment to helping those struggling with substance abuse. Before his tragic passing, the beloved Friends star, who battled alcohol and drug addiction for decades, had plans to establish a foundation to support individuals facing similar challenges. Following his death, his loved ones made this vision a reality, launching the Matthew Perry Foundation with a live website. The foundation's mission statement reflects Matthew Perry's unwavering dedication to assisting others in their fight against addiction. It seeks to honor his legacy, drawing inspiration from his own words and experiences, and being driven by his passion for making a positive difference in as many lives as possible. The foundation's website features a poignant black and white photo of Perry, alongside an inspiring quote that encapsulates his desire to help others. Despite his wide-ranging acting career, including roles before and after Friends, Matthew Perry will forever be synonymous with Chandler Bing in the eyes of many fans. While this typecasting isn't necessarily a drawback, Perry sometimes wished that Friends had never happened for more than one reason. Before Friends, Perry had limited name recognition in Hollywood. He had moved from Canada to California at age 15 to pursue an acting career. And although he played a few small parts, it was Friends that transformed his life in 1994. Ultimately, Perry earned an Emmy nomination for Outstanding Lead Actor in 2002. However, his personal struggles with addiction cast a shadow over his experience on the show. While the cast members of Friends had a good working relationship on set, Perry's addiction to painkillers and alcohol made life more complicated during filming. His co-workers were genuinely concerned about him. Perry candidly shared, quote, "From an outsider's perspective, it would seem like I had it all."
I made a rule that I would never drink or take anything at work.
It was actually a very lonely time for me because I was suffering from alcoholism. It was going on before Friends, but it's a progressive disease. After being prescribed painkillers, he admitted, quote, "I felt better than I ever felt in my entire life," which led to a severe problem with pills and alcohol. Perry even revealed that he couldn't remember 3 seasons of the show because he was never sober, and that these dark times left a lasting association with his years on Friends. While other Friends cast members struggled to achieve comparable levels of success after the show's ending, Matthew Perry faced some of the toughest challenges in staying relevant in Hollywood. After several failed projects, it appeared that he had come to terms with the fact that he would forever be known as Chandler Bing, his most significant career achievement. Perry's post-Friends endeavors, such as the ABC comedy Mr. Sunshine and the dramedy Go On, both met with cancellation after a limited number of episodes. His attempt at a remake of The Odd Couple in 2015 fared somewhat better, running for 38 episodes. Some directors were reluctant to cast him because they couldn't see past his association with Chandler. Additionally, fans noted the physical changes in Perry's appearance, which contributed to the perception that he was different from the Chandler they remembered. Despite these obstacles, Perry faced the challenges, finding meaningful work in the post-Friends world. Surprisingly, one might have thought that Perry would have been eager to recapture some of the original fame by participating in a Friends reboot. However, his perspective differed from that of his female cast members, who expressed interest in the idea. Perry expressed his concerns about the potential revival, sharing, quote, "I have this recurring nightmare. I'm not kidding about this. When I'm asleep, I have this nightmare that we do Friends again and nobody cares. We do a whole series, we come back, and nobody cares about it. So, if anybody asks me, I'm gonna say no." Perry's viewpoint was based on the belief that the original show ended on such a high note, it would be a big challenge to surpass it. He questioned why they would revisit the show when its legacy was so firmly established. It seems that for Matthew Perry, the days of Friends were officially over, and he appeared content with that reality.
Hey,
Hey.
what's going on?
Well, Joey's got a really bad hernia, but it's nothing that a little laser eye surgery won't fix.
If you have any memories or thoughts you'd like to share about Matthew Perry, please leave them in the comments below. And don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. Share it with your fellow Friends fans to pay tribute to this remarkable actor. Stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.